the first fatigue fighter I'm going to make is probably the go-to. This is the 2 o'clock go-to. And since it's, where am I? I'm Central Time. Okay. Sorry. Since it's noon Central Time, I'll be having this now and it'll work fine. I say 2 o'clock because it's just when you start to feel yourself slump. It's usually after lunch, sometime after 1, sometime before 4. So I start with, I'm a huge filtered water, hydrogen, ionized water girl. I've been for years. I'll never not drink anything else. Please do yourself a favor and not make this mocktail with bottled plastic water. I don't care how much you spent on it, all the bougie plastic waters. We are ingesting entirely too much plastic, ladies. I love you guys. I tell all my patients that buy their cases of essential water at Costco, because the minute we do a total toxicity panel and see that their liver's loaded with plastic, they're like, oh, so time to pass on plastic. Now, this is, I'm going to use a blender bottle. I would normally use a stainless steel shaker, but I'm going to use this, and it's a BPA-free blender bottle just because it's clear and I want you to see how pretty this is. So first up is my favorite. I'm going to give her a little shake. If you've never heard of this before, this is something magical called methylene blue. It will change your life. Now, the beauty about methylene blue is that you basically titrate it to you, which means if you're new to blue, you're probably only starting with 1 pump.
Yeah.
You might work your way up to 3 pumps. But let me tell you something. I went full throttle the first time I consumed methylene blue, and I had to sit down because I was not prepared for what happened next, which was full oxygenation, which is exactly what happens when you put methylene blue in your body. Methylene blue is something that obviously has been used everywhere else successfully, but North America, because that's what we like to do here. So countries like India have been using methylene blue for over 100 years. Countries in Asian countries, China, Japan, methylene blue is go-to for most chronic diseases. Not available here everywhere. Now, if you are an Amazoner, who isn't, and you do a little search for some methylene blue, maybe like 500 types will come up. So don't do what I did, because the first time I purchased this, well, the first time I actually heard about it was a year ago. And there's a reputable doctor that sells a version of this. And I purchased it from his website. Didn't notice a thing. Didn't notice a thing except a pretty shade of teal in my tea. So I threw it out because I'm like, this isn't working for me. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to just consume the rest of the supplement. Then I came across this methylene blue. Then I came across the research of the medical doctor. His name's Dr. Bennett, who custom formulated this methylene blue. And what he was able to do is formulate this blue so that your efficacy is much stronger, and it's actually a proprietary formulation, meaning what you get on Amazon's probably 1/100th of the strength of this. Because what's the point in taking it if it's not going to work? So what does it do? We're reactivating oxygen. A lot of professional athletes don't want to tell you that they're using this. Why? Because one, they recover way faster from injury, from overwork, but also their speed, their endurance. Methylene blue is their friend because of the oxygenation that's occurring. So when you think about brain fog and you think about lack of energy, it's like, could I please put on a gas mask of oxygen, right? Sometimes we feel, if you've ever done hyperbaric, you know what I'm talking about, because you go in there and you're like, good golly, do I feel amazing? Okay. It's the same effect. Methylene blue will go meet your mitochondria right where they are at and immediately turn them on to the party. This is a supplement that I will probably take for the rest of my life. So it's the base because she's gorgeous. Look at that pretty color. So that's the base. That's the base of this. Now, I've been doing this now for over 3 months, so I'm a 10 pump girl. You're probably not a 10 pump girl if you've ever taken this. you're going to try it, you're going to start with 1 pump. The next thing that goes into my shaker is some electrolytes and some peptides because, oh wait, I'm sorry. Let me do that one first because this is going to turn her a different shade. This is my electrolytes and my peptides. Okay. Electrolytes. There are, I don't know, 1,000 companies you can buy electrolytes now. Everybody's got one. Half of them taste like salt. If you want to go that route, knock yourself out. This tastes like citrus. So she is literally the basis for the flavor. Again, high quality collagen, all the electrolytes you need. If you're not on some type of electrolyte, ladies, you're doing yourself a disservice because you're really not absorbing the water that you're drinking. We're all drinking half our body weight in ounces of water every day. But what is shuttling the water into your cells? If you're not consuming electrolytes, you're not shuttling water in. So you're not as hydrated as you can be. So methylene blue, electrolytes and peptides. Next, this is probably my favorite. This is the basic soluble insoluble fiber combo, meaning if you struggle with digestive health on any level, you probably have a little bit of a fiber issue. And there's a lot of talk protein, fat, and fiber, myself included. I say it all the time on social media, but the type of fiber matters, okay? You want to actually digest this and you want it to be in a usable form so that you burn fat, okay? We can go ahead and eat some fiber from some fruits and vegetables, wonderful, but you have no idea how many pounds of fruits and vegetables you need when, why not just, it's dehydrated in a scoop, makes it super easy. What's next? This is called gold. If you're not on trace minerals, you're asleep. I do 2 vials. So it's basically like a 1/2 to 1 teaspoon. This is humic and fulvic acid. Why not protect yourself from EMFs? Why not lower inflammation? Why not support the liver's natural detoxification of heavy metals? Trace minerals does that. This is a no-brainer. This is every day. And then last but not least, this is really awesome D3K2. And the reason why is because this is the first D3K2 that I've come along that is actually 3 forms of vitamin K, K1, K2, K3, another proprietary blend, which means when you consume it, it is literally shuttling vitamin D right to where it needs to go. It's extremely bioavailable. So I'm a 20 pump girl, so sit with me.
Wow, 20 pumps. I need to increase how much I'm taking. Thanks for that.
And just as a side note, another reason why this helps me in the afternoon is because I'm not a big fan of taking vitamin D past 4 p.m. because I strongly believe in the research we have that it will disrupt your body's natural ability to boost melatonin in the evening, but it's perfect in the afternoon. Got plenty of time before you're actually going to go to sleep to use the vitamin D. So she's a pretty green teal color. And this is my afternoon fatigue fighting mocktail. And I'll tell you exactly what it tastes like. I'm not going to lie. It tastes like citrus, but not sweet.
Very
So
nice.
anybody that drinks tequila on the rocks, citrus, not sweet. Same thing.
There you go. That's great. Awesome.
What
Thank-
about you, Christina? Are you new to meth blue?
I am. I would say past 4 months, and it took a long time for me to really agree to start taking it just because of the like so many things they get adulterated. There's cheap forms, and I'm very interested in putting only the highest quality into my body based on my own health
Yeah.
journey. I think a lot of women, especially in your audience, they've been through enough. So they
Right.
really find just do it right the first time. That's sort of my philosophy. So when I understood more about how this one also, so this is my approach. We're going to do a simple, it's kind of like a starter intro to methylene blue concept. But when I first started learning about the blue, I think the thing that I like the most about this one is knowing that it's going to have an effect for 22 to 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the inferior products will have a 5-hour effect, right? So
Mm-hmm.
really, that's huge to me, is I need something to go long. So this is my glass. I've kind of got some blue legs in here. I also did a salt rim just to get real fun. Celtic salt, we're electric, so let's do that, right? A little bit of natural organic lime juice. I salted the rim with that. And the other thing that I'm going to add, because I do believe if you were to just keep it simple and start with just 2 powerhouse ingredients, the gold,
Yeah.
just as Dr. Francesca indicated, this is something I've been very faithfully using. So I'm going to put the 2 scoopers in there, 2 droppers, I should say, and then add some water. And I think what I'll also be doing to add to this, because this is going to have a bit of a stronger flavor,
Yeah,
but it's kind of pretty, right? Like it truly is a beautiful color.
it is.
I think I'm going to add, just to be fun, I consume some essential oils as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just do a drop of lemon and finish it off.
Oh yeah. You're going real high class.
This is a little, yeah, a little bit of
Garnish. Do it.
little garnish. So this is super simple. This is like a starter. This is probably how I started with the blue, is just with a couple of the ingredients.
What does it taste like? Lemony?
Yeah, definitely I pick up, I'm going to add a little more because I didn't really add any of the lime. But I love citrus. So for me, and I do use the youth as well. I'll show you that in the next one. It's nice to kind of dilute a little bit as well, because obviously this is going to stain, right? So
Yeah.
if we're putting it in a drink and drinking it down, it's not going to leave as much of a stain in our body.
Yeah, don't, you get it on your hands when you make this stuff. But the beautiful thing is that the body soaks it right up.
Yeah, so that's
So wait, if you
that's
did a
fine.
simple one, maybe I'll do a simple one.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's say you're new to blue. Again, just from a brain fog, energetic standpoint, nothing comes to that instant clarity that happens when you consume methylene blue. And I'm going to be bold and say that now that I'm up to the 10 points, I for sure notice a complete and total difference. So today is Friday, right? So yesterday, so I stopped taking this on Monday because I said I'm going to do a 72-hour dip because I want to see on Thursday if, in fact, I still get that same reaction. And it is absolutely instant. The minute I drink this, like now, like I'm like on now. My
Mhm.
brain is on. Fog is clear, and I'm on. Let's go. What are we doing? I could write a paper. I could run a mile. You tell me, okay? Let's go. If you're brand new to this stuff, this is what I would do, which I didn't, remember, because I told you I went full throttle. Hello.
Mhm.
One drop. I like these. Some people have a problem with these, but I don't care. Spindrift, she's pink lemonade. How pretty is that?
Beautiful.
Some
Yeah.
filter cubes, okay? Don't do yourself a disservice and put your tap water in your cubes and put your cubes in your drinks, please, okay?
Mhm.
She's pretty. And she tastes like sparkling lemonade, zero sugar. Love it. That's another favorite of mine. Great intro way so that you can start to titrate your dose. So let's say you do 1 drop. I didn't really notice anything. Well, don't go right to 10 because you'll notice and you'll have to sit down. But go up to 3, go to 5, work your way up to 7, get up to 10, titrate it. Tolerance testing is my favorite thing to do with supplements of any kind.
All right. Is it my turn to do a power one?
So. Yeah.
Let's do a power one. So yeah, since you mentioned the ice cubes, I'm going to use my fabulous little shaker here.
She's nice.
And I'm going to, I kind of actually don't put the water in first. I'll show you what it looks like as we kind of go along.
Okay.
This is going to be a shared drink. My husband and I share it. So we're going to put a whole scoop of the AO gut. Okay. I actually have something a little different as well. This is the youth, but it's a raspberry flavor. So instead of having a citrus, I'm going to have a little bit of a berry flavor. And I'm pretty generous because I take about 2 tablespoons per person, and it tastes so good. So it's not hard to do. So that's a limited kind of edition raspberry. I'm gonna add 4 of these of the gold. What else do we have? I have a little bit of a bonus fiber that I add.
Oh, nice.
Which is quite, I've been more experimenting with this, and I don't eat it every day. I like to pace myself because I don't want to overwhelm. But for times when I really feel like I'm really trying to accelerate my detox, and from, I think, definitely weight loss perspective, that's what I'm adding, which is a Solex gold powder. This is a bit of a support for heart with niacin. So I'm putting 5 pumps in just because it's pretty potent. We're just letting some more individuals in here joining us. And then, of course, the vitamin D3K2. Not bad. Paul's going to have a tall boy version, and I'll drink mine out of my martini glass.
Gorge.
And it tastes quite refreshing. I don't find this difficult to drink down.
Yeah.
As things can be.
Is it like a strong raspberry taste?
It's kind of subtle. Yeah. And then I always throw a little bit of citrus in there too. So that kind of brings it out. Lime always brings out the flavor of other things, right? So I just love lime.
I know. Lime's the best.
So that's my full blast concoction. But again, sometimes we tweak it, add a little more, add a little less. But again, it's all about how you're feeling as well. Like being very mindful of what these different things are mixing together and doing for people, right?
For sure. And I mean, when it comes again to the afternoon fatigue, the last thing we want to do is put caffeine in our body. So if you didn't already know this, it doesn't matter if it's a DC, if you're doing the Diet Coke, or you're doing the sweet tea, or you're doing a coffee or an energy drink. Caffeine has a half-life of 8 hours, minimum 10, depending on the quality of the caffeine. So if you're drinking something caffeinated after 12, you can almost expect to struggle in getting into a really rest and relaxed state, which disrupts your circadian rhythm. And sleep is paramount. We're in perimenopause, ladies. Cannot mess around in the sleep department. And if your sleep's messed up, then it's time to get on some stuff and start getting your circadian rhythm on deck, because hormones and hormonal regulation and your circadian rhythm are best friends. So for real, this is my prayer for you, that if you're struggling with the afternoon fatigue and you're trying to power through with caffeine and your sleep is junk, that it's time to reverse engineer and go back to maybe some of the deeper root causes, or getting some key supplements on deck that you can just put on repeat. This is what I love about stuff like this. It's no brainer. Everything goes right into a shaker and you slam it, chug it, shoot it, whatever you want to do.
Just a one drink deal.
That's it. I love this to power through the afternoon.
So this has been fun.
Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. We hope you found it beneficial and informative. I'm happy to do these little blips when time and space allows, as long as it is beneficial for you.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great weekend and enjoy. La